What the fuck is up, my britches? This is like a start over because I have no idea what the fuck was just happening on my original live stream. I'm still very much learning this whole situation. I'm sorry if you guys are coming back from my other one. I don't know how to figure this shit out. I don't understand it. I've done so much research on trying to figure this shit out, and the way that I was just shown to do it, it totally fucked everything up. So are we still looking okay? We sounding okay? I'm so fucking frustrated because now I feel like we have to start over. Do you guys want me to start over? I feel like I have to because people are probably rewatching this back. So if you're rewatching this live stream, I'll leave a timestamp down below when we finally get into everything. I'm going to just do some shit really quick so people don't think that my other one is right. Just do a synopsis. Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of float into it. So what we're going to do today is talk about 13 makeup brands that I think deserve more love and support, and 13 brands that I feel like don't so much, or almost like I feel like they need to do things better. And I'm going to talk about why I feel those way or feel that way. I don't think it's you. 3 people I watch have had the same issues today. It's probably fucking YouTube because it blows my mind at how much money these platforms make and how many fucking issues we always have, whether it's monetizing our videos, just all this bullshit. It's so annoying because, you know, we sit here and then you guys are obviously watching our content. It affects all of us. You think they would have this shit down. We would watch you on Twitch too. Do you guys do Twitch? That was one thing I thought about doing because this is just a shit show. But this should be my last video. Or no, even if I had my other camera, that would have still just happened. Oh, excuse me. Here go the hiccups already. So I just want to make sure. I don't even think my other one's still on. Twitch is awesome for streaming. Maybe I'll start doing that. But I will make one for you. Maybe I'll start doing Twitch then. Okay, so I wanted to kind of piggyback this off of Smokey Glow's video. She posted a problematic makeup brands. What the hell was the video called? Oh my, I'm like so flustered now because that pissed me off so much. Just because I've been researching the shit out of how to do this the right way. And then that happens. And I know it's not, there's nothing I can do about it. So I don't know why I'm so flustered about it. So the video that she did was problematic beauty gurus. Or no, that wasn't the last one. That was the original one. She first did problematic beauty gurus that no one talks about. And then I think it was yesterday, she did problematic makeup brands that nobody talks about. So she basically went into detail about why the community pretty much is the way that it is now and why we're so nitpicky about the brands that we're supporting, because this is like a new thing. Like consumerism is huge right now. And that's why I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that and more or less shine some light on brands that I feel do deserve our attention. And I'll specify for each one the reasonings why. But I want to also talk about 13 that don't more or less need that recognition because they're being problematic and they're just doing things that I don't agree with. And this isn't to bash any brands or anything like that. This is to hopefully redirect this community and redirect the way that brands are treating their consumers. So before we get into it, if you guys haven't shared this video, share this one again because a lot of people will probably see the last one if you shared the last one. Give this a thumbs up. That way I know you guys like these. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. It's all in the description box, okay? So make sure you guys check out Smokey Glow's channel as well. Her channel's so good. She does such good commentary. And I don't want people to feel like this is a me like bashing drama channels or anything like that because we're going to talk about like drama and stuff like that. I strongly support drama channels because I feel like because of what's happening with these makeup brands that I feel like it's necessary because they're the ones that are calling this shit out. So the first one I wanted to talk about was, we're going to start with the ones that I feel like you need to do better. The first one was Elf Cosmetics. So I'm going to not touch my makeup yet so I can kind of fly through this. The first one was Elf Cosmetics because they just had an incident today where they're like trying to call out another brand for being a copycat when Elf in fact was a copycat brand with their like Elf Putty Primer, because that was a copycat essentially of the Tatcha Silk Canvas, because that was a crazy expensive product that they created a basically dupe for it. Like dupes are inevitable, at least in my opinion. This is solely based on my opinion. This is not to persuade you or anything like that. We're having a healthy conversation here. So they call out Makeup Revolution today, and Here for the Tea was the one that like I saw this from. She posted it on her Instagram, and it's Elf calling out Makeup Revolution for saying that they copied them, like when somebody copies your homework or something like that, but they quickly deleted it. Like this whole tweeting and deleting thing, 2020, I'll give everybody 3 months. 2020, can we not like tweet and delete? Stop this subliminal messaging. It's so fucking annoying. If you have something to say, stand by what you say. It's like a I said what I said type of thing. That's how I feel. So the fact that they tweeted it out started this drama, because that's what's happening now is brands are like taking from these problematic ass influencers because they do all these things. Like James Charles is the #1 person. He does these little things to keep people talking about him. Even though it's a negative light, it still gives him that publicity because there's no such thing as bad publicity. So with this whole situation, it's like, Elf, just keep your mouth shut. What's the big fucking deal? Just let them do their thing. You have your putty primer. Yeah, it might be similar, but it's not identical. They can't be easily like confused between the two. It's one thing to like blatantly copy. And I mentioned James Charles in like my earlier one because we just had this whole shit show with James Charles and Wet n Wild. It's so unnecessary. Just why does this whole community have to be so consumed with so much drama and bullshit? It's exhausting. It makes it not an enjoyable place. And that's where I'm like, I want to talk about this problematic shit because I feel it's important. Like Smokey Glow made such a good point. She's like, I feel like we need to talk about it because this is the shit that's happening is people are just creating drama. Brands are just creating drama to get the spotlight on them because it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. And it gets people talking about them, and it's so fucking annoying. Can't we all just get along? Exactly. It's so fucking annoying. So Elf was the first one. And then Jacqueline Cosmetics. I've made multiple other videos about this whole shitstorm. I'm still pissed about it. I'm still not supporting this brand ever again. They're like my #1 brand. I'm never supporting again. If you want to hear my thoughts more on that, I'll leave those videos either up here or in the description box. And those videos say enough. I'm not going to shed any more light on that whole situation, but they're definitely like #1. Do fucking better. But I'll never come back from that. We'll say Morphe is the next one because they're just as problematic as Jacqueline Cosmetics, at least in my opinion now, this whole like copycat shit. I can't support either one of those. And the biggest reason that I don't support Morphe anymore is because I see these fucking, I just saw today, they're launching another 350 palette. How many fucking 350 palettes do we need? Who asked for this? Like, these are the brands that I'm talking about. It's like the brands that aren't listening to their consumers. Like, who asked for another 350 palette? Nobody. No, you're coming out with another 350 because they were 2 of your best sellers, the last ones that you had, or 3 of them because there was 2 350-2s. It's like these brands are just coming out with shit that they've already came out with. Nobody asked for it. We don't need this shit. Why don't you go and sit in the corner and just come up with something that's more innovative and stop looking for these money grab techniques? Like, I'm so fucking over it. And that's why I'm being so much more selective on who I'm supporting. And that's why I want to keep talking about it, because I feel like more people need to be this way. It's like these brands are doing this because it works. People are just like, oh, we need another 350. No, the fuck you don't. Why don't? It's so annoying to see that. It's like there's no just innovativeness, creativity. It's just all for that quick money grab. And with Morphe too, it's like they're just collabing with these massive problematic ass influencers. We're over it. We don't want to see that anymore. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. I forgot to say that again earlier. And like I said, I don't want to like bash these brands or like whatever, but this is how I feel as a consumer, because I feel like we're being treated like fucking idiots. It like all stems. I said the same shit in my Jacqueline Cosmetics. I'm so sick of feeling like an underappreciated consumers and then seeing all these influencers that don't even buy the shit. They're the ones that are getting sent like all this extravagant packaging and this and this and that because they're salespeople. It's so fucking annoying. I can't deal with it. And it's not Morphe's the only company that does it. Shit, everybody does it now. But Morphe, like Hannah nailed it when she said, she's like, they're like the prime catalyst to why this community is the way that it is, because they took something that was so good that MakeupGeek and Gerard Cosmetics started. They took it and completely fucking ruined it. And it just, it's so frustrating. I will bash them all day. I don't want people to bash them though, but I'm so sick of just seeing these top influencers praising these fucking brands, and they treat the real consumers that make them this money, the ones that are actually spending their hard-earned money and going to work every day. Like, I'm going to work at a job that it's like I'm spending all this money, and for them to treat me like shit, but they treat all these people that sell their products, essentially, they treat them amazing, but we're the ones that are getting treated like shit, and I'm so sick and tired of it. And that's where I feel like it's more of a topic now, because it's like consumers are realizing the effect that we have. We need to redirect where we're spending our money, because ultimately that's why they're doing these things. It's because they work. That's why they're releasing another 350 palette and re-releasing things that have already been done by literally the same brand. Like, it's crazy. Let's see, but Gerard Cosmetics had some drama a while back, but I don't know the exact whole fiasco with that. However, consumers keep buying limited edition, fake low supply products. That's another thing that Morphe is notorious for. They say, oh, it's limited edition, and then boom, it's permanent. Jaclyn Hill palette. Perfect example. James Charles palette. How many fucking times are you going to restock it? And I get it. It's the point of, like, you obviously want people to buy this shit because you're a company, but they're lying about it. They're saying that they only have this amount of products. Like, you're not sold out. You're just saying you are to create more hype. And it's so fucking annoying. We did 5 years ago, learned from it and moved on. And that's the thing. Like, I don't cancel brands except Jaclyn Cosmetics and even like Morphe at this point, because I just don't agree. Like, with Jaclyn Cosmetics, they blatantly lied to their consumers and still do to this day, and still ignore their consumers. I'm done with that brand, because they contaminated thousands, if not millions of people, and still have yet to admit it. But that's where you have Jen Gerard on here, the owner of Gerard Cosmetics, saying on camera that we fucked up, we learned from it, and we moved on and grew from it. That would have been fine if that's what Jaclyn Cosmetics did. That would have been fine if that's what Morphe had done, and they don't do this continuous problematic behavior, but they keep doing the same shit. And that's where it's like me looking at it now as a consumer. It's me saying, I see what you're doing. I see that you're appreciating these other people, but you're not appreciating your consumers. Instead, you're just like, you're just doing nothing for us. No, shut the It's the worst thing. It's insult. Exactly. They're treating their consumers like they're fucking idiots. Jen is all actual. Exactly. And I'm going to talk about Gerard Cosmetics later, but I want to talk about collab makeup. That's where we left off. Should I just not do my makeup? I feel like I'm talking about this way faster as I'm not doing makeup. The next one was collab makeup. I was going to include them in brands that I feel like need more attention, but I feel like they need to do things a little bit differently. And then they would be considered in that, because I love the fact that they were like the first brand to initially collaborate with a bunch of influencers of all different like ethnicities, all different like levels of influence, I guess you could say, like had different follower accounts and all that stuff. I really like collab makeup, but the only thing that I think that the only reason I say they need to do better is because they need to expand their shade range, because it's horrific. Like, it's such a small shade range. If you're making that statement as a collab makeup, the whole reasoning behind it, they should have had a stellar shade range, because that's like the point of doing that. You know what I mean? I would like to know more about Gerard Cosmetics. I only don't know much. They were like a poppin' brand back in the day, like when Jaclyn Hill was like first starting out. I feel like that was because I never heard of Gerard Cosmetics before that. Gerard Cosmetics was literally the first company I had ever purchased lipsticks from. I love the concept of collab, but they just didn't do it all correctly, in my opinion. Don't forget to like this video if you like it. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this live stream. Okay, so collab, I think the concept behind it is amazing, but I think that they need to just do things better, and they would be considered one of those brands because they are affordable. They're available at Sally Beauty. I did a full like dedicated video to them. It seemed like shortly after that, though, I don't remember if it was shortly after that or after like I changed my hair to just blonde, I was no longer on the, because Sally Beauty used to always send me PR and stuff and like gift cards so I could buy all this stuff. And I would do the videos, but I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not like pissed about it. I still buy stuff at Sally Beauty. I just bought this hair color there like 2 days ago. But I don't know. I love the concept behind it, but I just wish that I wish that they would still do things differently, if that makes sense. Next one I want to talk about is MAC Cosmetics. First of all, MAC, if you're watching, I hope you do one day. If you guys have brands that you want to mention in this video too, tag them, do all that shit. I want to know, especially towards the end, which ones you guys feel need more attention. MAC Cosmetics was the makeup brand when I first started getting involved with makeup on any level. Everybody knew who MAC was. MAC was the top motherfucking dog when it came to makeup. Where's MAC now? It's crazy. It's just yeah, exactly. I remember if you had MAC, you were the shit. You weren't anybody if you didn't have MAC. It's like the mighty have fallen. How the fuck did that happen? It's because like all the innovativeness just went away. I wish I was brave enough to do videos. I love makeup and would love to do a channel with my stepson. Oh, that'd be so awesome. You should do it. I don't care about MAC because they aren't cruelty free. That's like a whole nother topic. I don't pay too much attention to that yet, but I could see myself eventually going like 100% cruelty free, but I'm not there yet. But I feel like 2020, I'll give you guys 3 months for the rest of the makeup brands. Like everybody should be cruelty free by 2020. Like there's no reason to test on animals these days, which I'm one of those people, don't come for me. I'm one of those people, like, I'd rather them test it on animals than humans. That's just me in my opinion. But it is, like, today's day and age with, like, the technology that we have now, like, there's really no reason for it. Indie brands have changed the game since social media, but as independent brands, but as an independent brand, it is very hard these days. I totally believe that. I fucking wish PR would just go away. I would even be so interested to see who would still do like makeup channels if they didn't get PR. And I forget what video it was that we talked about this. It's because like all of these influencers, we're kind of getting on a different topic right now, but it's like, I feel like that sense of being a consumer to a lot of these influencers, it's just kind of gone away because they aren't the ones they're just getting handed the product. They're not working all week for it. So I feel like they judge it really loosely. But back to MAC Cosmetics though, it's like, like I said, they were that brand back in the day. And now it's just so boring. And now, what was it? I think I saw Patrick Starr on a runway, or not a runway, like during an interview over this past weekend. He said he has another collab with MAC coming. Whether he was kidding or not, I don't know. But it's like, why do we need another Patrick Starr collab? Like, one was amazing because that was like the whole Cinderella story with Patrick Starr. I don't hate on that collab at all because I feel like Patrick really deserved that collab. We don't need 10 of them though. All these brands that are collabing with these people over and over and over again. I feel like I'm just bitching about the same shit that I always do and just like renaming these videos, but I can't stress these points enough. It's like, wake the fuck up, beauty community. I wish PR would go away so bad. I would be just so interested to see how different it would be if we really did. So many more affordable branches came out of the woodwork and just dominated. Makeup Revolution, ColourPop, LA Girl. I disagree with that. Makeup Revolution, they came up as like a copycat brand, which I don't love that because they would make products that would easily resemble like the Too Faced palettes. They looked almost fucking identical. I don't agree with that. I am all for dupes that look similar but not identical. Like even the Wet n Wild one with the James Charles palette, I'm kind of like, that looks real fucking close. But I'm not like mad at Wet n Wild for it just because of how many times James Charles has done that to other people. So that's me just being biased because I just don't care for him. But I'm allowed to be biased on my own channel, I guess. I don't think he does. That deal almost killed him with all of the traveling. Jen, I don't know what you were talking about right there. I would die to receive PR. It's so hard as a single mom. And that's one thing that really does bother me about PR. It's because this kind of goes back to like, stop making your customers feel like they don't matter, because we are the ones buying it. Like, why can't you just randomly say, like, if you see somebody repeatedly, because brands could do this at this point. Like, if you saw, like, if you're on the customer service team and if you see somebody like repeatedly buying products over and over and over again, why not send them a PR package just to say, hey, thank you for buying our products? Just a thought. That'd be a nice gesture. But that's, I don't know. Pat McGrath and Natasha are killing it, charging many times what products are worth. Good for them, though. I think PR is a blessing and a curse. There's good and bad things about it. I completely agree. I was talking to Patrick. I was talking about Patrick with Mac. I have talked to him about it. What did he say? I forgot what you said earlier. Wet n Wild just announced a 40 palette will be $20. Now I feel like they're just being shysty, just to again piss off James Charles, but that kind of relates back to our other video. It's getting out, and I think that's the thing. PR is getting out of control. Basically, brands are running the community by what they send out. It's too much and overwhelming. Completely agree. Let's talk about Kylie Cosmetics. I think my problem with Kylie Cosmetics is the fact that the thing that I don't agree with about them the most is knowing that if people talk bad about their products, they remove them from their PR lists. I don't agree with that at all. You should let people say how they feel, and there shouldn't be repercussions for that. That's really the only thing I had to say about Kylie Cosmetics. I don't really support the brand in general just because I don't think they're innovative or creative at all. I think them and like KKW Beauty do the same exact shit, just at different times. And I really don't understand the appeal. Like, why people lose their fucking minds over them. Even with the highest ingredients, they should never be that much. As I just bought like the Natasha Denona palette. I don't understand huge ass palettes like that. Like, please stop. I could see it as being like a makeup artist and like Halloween stuff, but not like every fucking palette being a 40 pan eyeshadow palette. It's so excessive. I don't understand how some of these luxury brands can charge so much for their products. Well, because part of it's you're paying for the name. It's just like Louis Vuitton with their purses. Like, there's nothing extravagant about them, but you're paying for the name. You're paying for that luxury experience. Patrick had a tough time with the last MAC deal. He has his social media to run. People he is managing, the travel, work commitment for MAC ran his poor body. Oh, that's sad. I want to see a look with the, I'll definitely do a video on that. I only bought it. First of all, Michelle Wong, Ashley Clady, Jenna Froes, and then Mel Thompson did a video today. I'm like, I just love that color story of the Natasha palette. I buy all the Natasha Denona palettes too, but girl, just did it. Oh yeah, I completely agree that they're so excessively priced. Brands will charge what people will pay. True story. I'll get into Natasha later though. KKW Beauty, same reason I said Kylie Cosmetics. I don't like how they treat people that don't talk amazing about their products. And then I think they I don't understand the appeal with the Kardashians. I don't keep up with the Kardashians. Next one was Tarte. Tarte, I feel like, has been a brand. When I first started with makeup, they were another brand that was like on top. And then now it's like, I feel like they're just so boring. They're not coming out with anything creative. And then when they had the opportunity, they totally fucking missed it. And Jeffree Star swept in and totally took over that. Like the Icy Betch palette. That was their time to murder it. And they fucking missed it. I was just like, oh man, April Fool's on you, Tarte. Like, I used to love Tarte. I still have some products I fucking love. Like the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. I think they're behind right there. I love those lipsticks, but it's like they're just so boring now. And then, like, again, that opportunity, they just totally fucking missed it. Just a thought, Tatcha. What about Tatcha? Tarte has only went downhill since then. I think I'm trying to think of their last like amazing product besides their lipsticks. I feel like they're very much like the all natural, which is cool. I don't love that they collabed with Whitney Simmons because she's mostly like fitness. That was like a blatant, like, okay, you're only doing it because you want to, it's a money grab opportunity, which, okay, smart because you're a business, but I'm too partial to Pat McGrath and Charlotte Tilbury. They tried to revamp with the girly teen items. I agree with that, but I love how you actually, I love how you know exactly where everything is in your collection. Me? Oh my God, it's a hot mess right now. I'm getting so distracted. Well, lipstick, and how about their skincare? Is it worth it? I don't know where to spend the $60. Tarte skincare. I've tried some of it. I don't love it though. I like their Tarte Knockout Tingling treatment, but I don't know if you'll need that type of product. I used to think Tarte. I want to stick to makeup though. I don't really want to get into skincare. That could be a whole another own video, but it doesn't need to be 13 and 13. I only picked 13 today because it's Friday the 13th. Okay, so next one, Too Faced. Too Faced has some of my favorite products. I'm sleeping so hard on Too Faced right now. Like, where is it seems like ever since Jared has left that, or he hasn't left, but ever since they sold Too Faced to Estee Lauder, the only thing innovative about their products is their packaging. And I'm so over it because they have one of my favorite concealers, my favorite foundations, but everything else is a snooze fest. Am I the only one with that? It doesn't really appeal to me. Like the Too Faced, I feel like was another one. They were like the top dogs of the makeup industry. That Madonna collab looks so boring. It's Madonna. Exactly. Why is it not iconic 80s? Exactly. And I think they only did it just because that's like the makeup that she wears now. But it's like, hello, snooze fest. Who asked for that? No one asked for a collab with Madonna because it doesn't make sense. She's not like an iconic makeup person. It's just, these are the things that I'm talking about. It's like these just money grab techniques and I'm so sick and tired of it. I mean, I know it's the name we pay for. I think it's crazy. I'm already married, but thank you, Theodore. Next one, Urban Decay. Urban Decay, what the fuck are you doing? I'm so bored. Snooze fest. What's going on? Urban Decay was another amazing company. What happened? It's like they had the electric palette that was bomb, then discontinued it. Like, you had one of the most iconic, most sought after products, the Naked palette, but then they just capitalized on it and they stuck with it because it was what made them money. They were too afraid to go like out of their comfort zone. I felt like the electric palette was like, at the time, it was so innovative and so different. I feel like Urban Decay too has the potential to be one of those brands that is so innovative. And now they're just like, snooze fest. What's going on here? I feel like there are so many palettes similar to Too Faced. There are, because they just keep like redoing the same things over and over and over again. Haven't gotten anything since the Gwen Stefani palette. I think, what was the last thing I got from Urban Decay? I think the Born to Run palette, because I was like, ooh, finally a different palette that's not a fucking Naked palette. This whole Naked Honey palette. It's just a golden neutral palette. Like, what in the actual hell? Who asked for that? It's nothing groundbreaking or amazing. And I know we're probably at the time in the industry where it's like, okay, everything's been done. But that's where it's like, okay, take a time out, sit in the corner, and think about what you want to do next. I understand you're a brand and you have to keep going, but you're just driving yourself into the ground. And I think that's why I'm so frustrated and like passionate about this, is because these brands I used to hold in like a luxury mindset. And now I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing to your brand? Tatcha's have put you on their PR. I would fucking love to be on Tatcha's PR just because I already rave about their products anyways, but I have no problem buying them myself. Urban Decay needs a revamp 100%. Exactly. Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, Jen, it's been, especially for the prices. They charge $60 for a palette. I want innovative packaging and cooler color schemes. Exactly. It's like, this is the stuff that we're asking for. I hope brands see this video and they see what we're asking for. Like, who asked for all this shit? Okay, next one. Juvia's Place. I'm only putting them in here because of their recent whole like fiasco with like Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley. I do think This is just my opinion. Don't come for me if you're a stan of either one of them. I think a part of that was a little bit of like entitlement, influencer entitlement. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I just don't agree with the professionalism that was had from the brand owner herself. But I feel like that's something that could easily, like, okay, you might have had a bad day. Let's regroup. Let's mind our business for a little while, because they do have really creative color stories and stuff. They're always like, people always rave about their products. I've still never tried them. And I'm like, right now I'm not purchasing from them because no, like sit in the corner and think about what you did. And then maybe I'll purchase from you in the future. I'm so not a stan, and I agree 100%. I'm excited for the honey palette. I'm not at all. I'm so bored with it. But yeah, another example of poor behavior by a brand owner. Yeah, sit in the corner. Yeah, but they put out some products that are just overkill. But I'd rather them be overkill than underkill, like we're seeing with every other brand. What about you, Jen? Let me put a ring up. Okay, Theodore, go sit in the corner and stop on my freaking newsfeed, or my newsfeed, whatever. I hate how unprofessional Juvia's Place was, not even with influencer, but with just their regular customers. Like, I'm huge with good. I am too. I'm very big on customer service, and that's why I love the drama community, because they like emphasize this type of shit. Because I feel like if it wasn't such a big topic right now, we wouldn't know about a lot of these customer service issues. Like Jacqueline Cosmetics, I don't think it would have ever been such a big thing if it wasn't for drama channels. And that's where I'm just like, huge customer service. You're done. Can I just say, as a brand owner, you are never prepared for the hate you receive. I could only imagine. That. Mold enough to be your grandma. Thank you, Siggy. I want companies to be innovative, like do something new and in general. I think that's what it is too. I want companies to not be afraid to fall flat on their face, because I feel like as a business, that's what you should do. Especially with how saturated, like you can't be afraid to stand out in such a saturated industry that's still growing daily. Like there's a new brand launching tomorrow, Victoria Beckham Cosmetics. It's like, people see the money that's in it, and that's why they're starting all these makeup brands. But when there's these indie brands that are fucking killing it, and they're a good price range, and they're just doing some things different, but it doesn't always have to be about innovative products. That's just like my biggest complaint with a lot of these, because of the standard that I held these brands to. Other than that, it's just, hold on. I'm hiding that one because it came back. Sorry, I just got a little distracted. What happened with Juvia's Place? It was some drama. The drama channels covered it with Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley, and that's where a part of me understands the brand owner's perspective. And I don't think it was completely Juvia's Place's fault, but again, like, you're gonna sit in the corner and think about what you did for a little bit. And since then, it's been remotely quiet. How about taking care of your customers, offering a quality product and not being dishonest? Amen, sister. Kind of over celebrity makeup lines, except Riri, because girl did it right. The thing with Rihanna, though, it's not actually like her brand. I think she's heavily involved with her brand, but her, what is it, Kodo or something? That's technically like, it has Fenty Beauty as the name, but it's like managed by another company, the same one that like managed Kat Von D. So it's like, because Kat Von D basically did everything that Rihanna's doing right now, but Kat Von D's basically canceled, and now Rihanna's like reaping, or Rihanna, she's like reaping all the benefits. And I'm going to talk about Fenty Beauty later. I have met Chi Chi. She is a lovely woman. I know she was going through a lot at the time, not making excuses. But that's the thing. It's like, I'm not as mad at Juvia's Place, because from what I recall, it wasn't like Juvia's Place clapping back. It was actually Chi Chi, which, no, that's still not okay, because yes, you are a brand owner. But what about, like, if a brand owner has to be held to this standard because you represent the company, your influencers that are representing your company should too. And that's my, like, we'll go back to Morphe. That's my biggest problem is you have people like Jaclyn Hill, James Charles, like all these problematic people, Manny Amiway at the time, Laura Lee, they had every problematic ass influencer under their belt, and they never did anything until it was horrible. And then they brought them right back. So it was like, oh, we see we're getting hate right now. So we're going to say, oh, you're not like an affiliate. But then once it calms down, you're going to get brought right back, because ultimately we don't give a fuck. As long as our company's still making money, that's all that matters to us. Has some mate. I'm assuming that means Kat Von D has some crappy products. Kat Von D was one of the top brands back when I first started. I still have one of my favorite contour palettes in my collection was from Kat Von D. Morphe's so overrated. All these people need to stop thinking it's okay to throw people's private business on blast. Deal with it privately like adults. And exactly. And I think that's one thing that customers need to do better too. Like, you can't be so quick to just jump on social media and throw hate at a brand, because that's not fair. At least that's how I feel about it. It's not fair. It's not fair to just go on social media and completely trash a product. Like, I may not give something a glowing review, but I'll never be like, this is a fucking piece of shit. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's all in like your demeanor, I guess you could say. I might say this is a piece of shit, but not in like a hateful way, because it's just, it isn't fair. And you never want to like come for a brand, because yes, they do work hard on this stuff. But I feel like, okay, I feel like the people that are saying, like, if I held this palette up, which no, this is not a shitty palette. If I held this up and I was like, this is a piece of shit, and there was nothing innovative or unique or just like different about it, like, for example, like the Urban Decay Honey palette, and I'm only saying that because it's newly coming out. If I did that, it's because I'm frustrated, because it's like everything else that they already done. But if I see that they're actually trying to do something different, I don't think people would be that upset about it. And I think that's why people are so quick to be in like an uproar over this shit, because we keep seeing like, you're not trying to make things different. You're not trying to make things better, except for Jaclyn Hill, because that mess is a category. I still am like, how did you fuck that up that bad? Like, single-handedly, the biggest disaster this industry has ever seen. How? And how are people still backing this person? I don't understand. Another brand people low-key sleep on nowadays is Becca. Their blushes, powders, primer, foundation is bomb. When everyone just had to have opal highlighter. I know. They're not innovative for me, though. They're just doing the same thing. Like, how many highlighters have they come out with? And it's like, yeah, they're different shades, but come on, do something different. They just launched another Champagne Pop palette. We're over Champagne Pop. We have split pans with Champagne Pop. We have a face palette with Champagne Pop. We have Champagne Pop on its own. Do something different. Go back to the drawing board and do something different. Be innovative. Do something different. Make yourself stand out. Oh gosh, I forgot about Makeup Geek. We're going to get to Makeup Geek in a little while. I'm so sick of out-of-touch influencers who are backing these products. They're backing these products, though, because these brands are taking care of these people. And I think that's something that isn't being understood on why people are being so vocal. That's why commentary channels are a thing. It's because we're fed up. We're fed up with not feeling like we're appreciated. And then seeing all these other people appreciate it, it drives us fucking crazy. Like, when they were doing a bunch of brand trips and stuff, it's like, why don't you give more opportunities for your customers that actually buy these products? And it's a business move. I understand that. But when you're slapping it in our face, like, you can do those brand trips. That's cool. But don't be having them sell shit on their trip that you're flaunting in front of us, when it's like, we're the ones that put them there. It's like we're getting slapped in the face by these brands, and it's fucking bullshit. And I'm so sick and tired of it. Something needs to change. I feel like it's changing, and I only feel like this because everyone's talking about it more. I agree with I noticed they're not happening as much anymore, but that's like a thing. When these people are going on these brand trips, they have to post on social media. They're always saying, oh, this is the next product coming out. It's like, they're still promoting. It's not like just like, hey, you've sold us so much product. Thank you. It's like, no, we're going to bring you on this trip. People are going to see this lavish lifestyle that you're living. We're going to make people jealous over. It could be like oh, I wish I was there type of thing. And I think that's why, like, I think brands were really starting to get a lot of backlash from it, because it's, okay, not only are you slapping us in the face because you gave these people these products to use and to sell to us, they've sold you probably millions of dollars in merchandise. All these people are earning commission for the most part from it, which all of that's fine because essentially they are salespeople. But then it's like, okay, but you're telling them they have to post on social media. They have to do this. They have to do this. We have to approve their vlogs. It's like, it's crazy and it's not fair. And it's not being, it's just, again, treating your consumers like they don't fucking matter and appreciating these people that aren't even, it's like they're better. Like, how do I want to say this? Oh, my husband's on his way home, lover. I fucking love him. If he's tipsy, he might even come in and start talking to you guys. They do their quality to me. Oh my God. I can't believe he just did that. Okay, so the next brand I want to talk about, ColourPop. Sit down, ColourPop. Calm the fuck down with all of your releases. Just calm down. Calm down. They have great concepts. Like, I think they're doing the right things, but it's too much, too quick. We can't keep up. And it's overwhelming. And it's like, I think they're only doing the right thing because they're giving us like so much to work with, and they're their own lab from what I understand. So it's like they have the ability to do it and do it so quickly. But sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Really think about what people are asking for. We're not asking for another Makeup Shayla collab, Kathleen Lights collab, JD, what is it? I don't even know. There's so many different ones. I'm listening on the drive home. BRITCHES! He's tipsy. But that's where it's like, I really like ColourPop, and they're a really affordable brand. That's awesome. They do that right. But calm the fuck down. Think about what we're asking for. Ask your customers what they want and actually listen to them. I feel like that's all I have to say. Stop fucking collabing with the same people over and over again, and stop releasing so much shit so quick, and stop releasing entire collections so quickly. It's like, it'd be one thing if it was like a palette, which, okay, we don't need that many palettes, but it's like a palette, a blush, something, like, just mix up what you're doing, okay? And then let us like enjoy it for more than 5 seconds, and then come out with something else, or then come out something that will pair nicely with it. You don't have to release like the whole collection at once, because I can only imagine how long some of this shit is sitting at their like warehouse, or unless they just make a smaller quantity of things. I miss authenticity in the beauty community, like people we can trust. I asked this in a video before. What makes a trustworthy influencer for you guys? Not Barbara products. Yeah, exactly. I like ColourPop, but it's too much. I can't keep up. I agree. Yes, Brit. Yes. Every week in ColourPop. I know, it's so much. Give us a minute. Every single week. Oh my God, I finally got here before the live chat is over. This is probably going to be a really long one because I'm still like I'm going so slow on my makeup because it's so frustrating. And I'm not saying this to shit on these brands and make them feel like shit. It's like, I'm saying this as a customer that actually buys this stuff and loves makeup. And I just want thought put into it. Like, I've said it so many times before. I'm like, the Ciate and Trend Mood 1 collab. What the fuck happened to that? That was the best collab that they could, like, if I were to do a collab ever, that's exactly how I would do it. The viewers picked the packaging. They picked all of the shades. They named the shades. The Trend Mood community was who designed that entire thing. And then it was just like, gone. What the fuck happened? That's how it should be done. At least to me. It's like, they just do these collabs that they just slap the name on it to say, oh, this is a Jaclyn Hill palette. Cool. Do we know what really went into it? No. Do we care? Not really, because we just want to support these people. But that's where it's like, it would just be nice to see these nice gestures showing that they actually care about what we think. I want honesty. I love to use influencer codes. etc. As long as they're honest about earning money and only show the products that they love. Exactly. I just seen ColourPop release. It's like, what the fuck? Trustworthy influencer is one who gives an honest review, bad or good. But that's where I think a part of that is like influencers that's having that issue. But then another part of it is brands obligate. They obligate people to say things if they want to like this comes back to my things I wish makeup brands would do differently video, because it's like, let us live our best fucking lives and do what the fuck we want. Because in reality, brands need influencers more than influencers need brands. Just because without influencers, brands wouldn't be making the money that they do. All these brands wouldn't be coming out of nowhere, because who would be your salespeople? A trustworthy influencer to me is one who buys makeup themselves and don't rely 100% on PR like Tati and Emily Noel. I completely 1000%, like that's one thing I really pay attention to. If people are always doing PR related videos, or if they're like, oh, this was sent to me, and they say that in every single video, that's where I'm just like, I'm not going to, they automatically just start to become less and less trustworthy. I love watching Manny go to Sephora and buy the makeup and use it. I do too. I love that. I've been loving his content so much more, and I think I'll actually talk about that when I get into brands that I think need more, corporation success is more important than customers. What did Shannon say? He's running his mouth. Corporation success is more important than consumer success with products. No shit, and that's what needs to change. That's what we're bitching about. I love that Shannon's talking on this chat right now. It's so funny. Next, oh my God. We talked about Morphe. We've got two more. One's like an honorable mention because it's not a brand. It's a supplier or a retailer. Last brand, Sunday Riley. And I wanted to bring this up. I know they're not makeup brand, but I wanted to bring this up because this relates to like Smoky Glow's video. A lot of people didn't know about this, and I felt like this was something really important to make sure that is out there, because I feel like it happened maybe a couple years ago, maybe a year or so ago. And there's people that are maybe on this video that haven't been in like the makeup community as long as I have. Sunday Riley was making their employees write fake reviews on their products on like Sephora's website. Like there was emails and everything that were all leaked before. It was like a huge thing. And that's like a high-end freaking brand that's doing that. Like that's the ultimate like consumer betrayal right there. And that's where I'm just like, I just don't want to support a brand like that, because you have no problem blatantly lying to your consumers. And that's a huge fucking problem. Like the fact that anybody supports Sunday Riley after that, I'm just like, I don't understand how, because that is like the most wrong thing you could ever do. Same with Jaclyn Hill. Like you blatantly lied to all of your consumers and then just like acted like it never happened, when that's not how that is supposed to work. I love the fact that I still have like 2 eyeshadows on my eyes right now. I think I'm like done with doing my makeup, but we'll see how it goes. We'll keep going. Okay, so my honorable mention is Sephora. Sephora is somebody, I love Sephora so fucking much. I love them as a company. I think they're doing a lot better. My biggest complaint though, and I bitched about it in my Sephora haul video, when I get products that I'm spending that kind of money on, they better be fucking packaged right. And when I get a package when my product is flung all over, that's not acceptable. Not when I'm paying high-end luxury pricing for shit. Like if I get my Natasha Denona palette and it's not packaged like pristine, if I'm paying $129 for an eyeshadow palette, it better be packaged fucking right. That's just one of those things, because I'm such a customer service person, and their customer service is really good, but there's still room for improvement. And that's where I'm just like, listen, you better start doing shit better. And I know I need more wine. And I refuse to order it from Sephora. I think for the most part, from what I've seen, is they're being packaged nicely. But I was so fucking mad. Like, how are you going to disrespect Charlotte Tilbury like that? I was so fucking mad. And it's like, it's just, it'll lead into my honorable mention for my brands. And this will be a retailer that I think deserves more recognition. Beautylish. Beautylish has phenomenal customer service, packaging. Like when you get your stuff, it's like a Christmas present because that's like just a nice little touch as a consumer to see, hey, they give a shit enough about this to actually take the time to package everything up nice in a little bowl. Like it's top notch fucking packaging, customer service, everything. Like the whole entire experience is always top notch. They text message you when your package is being shipped out, the tracking information. Like it's the ultimate customer service. They have one of the best customer services I've ever personally experienced. More people need to buy from Beautylish. You're welcome. That's all I'm saying. Like once you buy something from Beautylish, like whenever I buy Jeffree Star, I always buy it from Beautylish because the packaging, the shipping's way faster, and just the overall experience is better. And your husband has to listen to it, bitch. I know. I'll get it. I'll be like, what the fuck is this shit? Beautylish is phenomenal. More people need to buy from Beautylish. They offer the Afterpay, or it's like some kind of like financing, pretty much. You all need to look at Beautylish. Beautylish needs to be recognized better. We'll start with brand number 1, MakeupGeek. I can't fucking wait for this rebrand because if I can afford to buy every fucking piece of this rebrand, you bet your sweet titties I'm going to buy every single piece of it simply for the fact that Marlena Stell, or Marlena or Marlena, however you say it, I think it's Marlena. She's on Twitter asking her customers, hey, what would you change about our contour powders? What would you change about this? What do you guys want to see? Every makeup brand, if you're watching this right now, that's what you should be doing to your consumers. You should be asking us what we want to see from the brand because you might get some mind-blowing fucking answers from that. I'm just like, how are other people doing that? But she was one of the, like, to see her so disrespected by a little piece of shit like James Charles, but he's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's more praised in this community than Marlena. She's an icon when it comes to the beauty community. This community would not be what it is if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for MakeupGeek. Everyone was talking about MakeupGeek until Morphe came along and until all these people were making so much fucking money from it. And it's so infuriating because MakeupGeek still has some of my favorite highlighters, contours, bronzers, eyeshadows. They're a consistent brand and they don't put out shit product. Marlena, she's even said in her Dear Influencers video, right? Dear Influencers? Yeah. She had products made and she didn't launch them because they didn't meet the standards that they should have. They have integrity, and that's the stuff that should matter as a makeup brand, and that's the stuff that we should value as consumers. We should be recognizing, hey, this is a brand that fucking deserves our business. They're listening to us. They are trying to give us what we want, not just putting out shit. Like people might say, oh, well, she's just launching all these palettes because to get rid of inventory. If you lost $1 million, you would too. And if you had all this inventory, you wouldn't just throw it out. They're making it work and they're being honest about it. You can't hate on anybody for trying to do that because at the end of the day, you are a business and you don't want to lose all that money and all that inventory. You make it work. And, you know, they took a hit from it. And I probably sound like the biggest kiss ass. Like when I'm talking about these brands, I'm not trying to kiss people's ass. I'm trying to just relay it to you guys that this is the stuff that we need to be paying attention to. If you haven't shared this video, share it right now because this is the message. That's why I'm like, do I want to put 13 people or 13 brands that I don't, but I did it just because of the day. This is the part that I want people to hear. This is where there's going to be a timestamp down below because this is the shit that we should be praising as a community, not these problematic ass people and these problematic ass brands that are just looking for that quick buck. Honestly, it doesn't pay money-wise, but it does in life. Exactly. I know, right? I thought MakeupGeek was going to Target. It is, and it's not in all Targets, though. I still can't believe I still haven't put more eyeshadow on after this. Okay, so MakeupGeek, number 1. I am including Natasha Denona in this because she's listening to her consumers. We love the color stories, the formulas. We love the shit that she's coming out with. But when we say, hey, Natasha, girl, we love these big ass palettes, but we don't need this much product, but we like how you have all these shades in there. She says, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a smaller palette with just the same amount of shades. It might be for the same price, but I'm going to make it fit better for what they're looking for. Shannon must be home. Here he comes. Watch, he's listening to me. I can hear it coming down the stairs. Puffy's going crazy. Oh, he's definitely tipsy.
Why am I tipsy?
I can tell. Because you're still watching me and you're sitting right next to me. Come say hi.
Because I love you.
I love you too. Say hi.
Hi, people.
Britches, come on, get it together.
Britches.
Okay, go take your drunk ass upstairs.
Drunk ass.
I can't wait to see the rebrand. Everybody's like, hi, Shannon.
What's up, peoples?
Britches.
Britches.
Come on. I know, he has bright blue eyes.
I do.
Act like you don't know what color eyes you're.
I got buck teeth.
Oh, stop. You got big old ears, too. But I love them. Don't say anything perverted either.
All right.
We're like the most provocative people you'll ever meet in your life. Marlena's last video, I was crying, which is best for her. I fucking love her.
What's up with my eyes?
Shh. Oh my God, you stink.
Like what?
Like booze.
You can't say that.
Why?
God.
Stop. Let's see. Gorgeous couple. Oh, thank you. We're going to do a Q&A eventually. Yeah, don't get her demonetized. Exactly.
What's that mean?
That I don't make money on my videos. Oh my God, you're still live.
I would do that?
Yeah, if you're inappropriate.
Oh.
Oh my God, you're still. Yes, I'm still live. Vanilla ice in the house.
Really?
Damn, bitch, you look like a quarter pounder. Girl, bye. Oh, we're the cutest. Bean Booze, there you go. Oh God, Bean Boozle. Girl needs her coin. No, I just make him buy everything for me instead. I'm just kidding. Look, I love how you can see like just from your nose down.
It's because you're small.
Mr. Britch.
Oh, is it right here?
No, it's this.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the next one. Natasha Denona, I just said she listens to her consumers. Let's talk about Hourglass. You guys knew this was coming. I fucking love Hourglass, but here's why. They're consistent. They may not ask what their consumers want, but they take their time and they make sure that they're spending time to make quality products. And that's why I love Hourglass. They're consistent. I appreciate a consistent ass makeup brand. What are you doing? Oh, you're reading my list.
Yeah.
He's like creeping behind me. I'm like, what the fuck? Love Hourglass. Everyone needs to try Hourglass. It's so good. I think it's safe to say I'm not doing my makeup for the rest of this video because I'm kind of flying through these. Next one is going to be Fenty. And I say Fenty because they're doing what's right as far as being diverse. They're giving us those shade ranges, and it kind of comes back to they're basically doing what Kat Von D used to do, and they're pumping out good quality products, and I appreciate that. They don't release stuff all the time. When they do, it's so good. Exactly. They might not always be hit products for Hourglass, but for the most part, they're very consistent. I love them, but my info got stolen on their web breach.
My Britches.
I know. You're like so far behind in the comment. Hourglass is the shit. Which are you talking about Hourglass? That happened? I didn't know that. They don't do release after release. Their powders are the best market across the board. Great brand. They're very inclusive, and I appreciate that. Same with Fenty. They're very inclusive. In 2019 and 2020, we all need to have inclusive ass brands. Oh
I got told I look like Steve-O tonight.
Steve-O, you're so loud.
I'm sorry.
Shh. Okay, go upstairs, please.
Haley R.
Shh. We're not doing a Q&A tonight. Stop.
Okay.
They don't release it. Oh, okay. I read that one. Oh, my word. I can't put my finger on it, but your man looks like a pro skateboarder or BMXer.
Steve-O.
You got told you got to look like that tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you said that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Is it Steve-O?
No, that's not Steve.
Who was that person that Cassie said you looked like? You know, she was like, "Oh, he's a total doppelganger."
Yeah, but he was.
He was an actor. No, he was an actor, and
I'm not a rich guy.
I forget who it was.
But I asked her if she wanted to see my ass. Prove I wasn't.
Okay, you're done here. Goodbye. Oh my God, you kind of do. I don't see Steve-O.
No.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if you had dark hair. Go upstairs. You're done. Oh my God. Excuse him. I'm sorry. Drunk ass. Hourglass could definitely do better on the bronzer shades. I agree. They definitely need to go darker with those. Someone please talk me out of the new Pat McGrath palette. I'm not ever excited about Pat McGrath palettes. He's cute when he's drunk. No, he's not. He's obnoxious. The guy from Jackass.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. Oh my God, I can't even stand him. I picked up Hourglass micro brow pencil. Love it. I haven't tried that yet. Remember, we can only see part of his face. I know. He's always like this. What are they doing? What are they saying? Fuck my life. Oh my God, I can't even deal. Who did I just leave off on? I said Fenty. Next one's Glamlite. I may not like what they're doing, but they're staying on brand and they're being just innovative and different. Even though like their color stories aren't, like the packaging, I feel like overall I'm just impressed with, I don't know, just the way that they do things, I guess you could say. That was one I was kind of like, do I want to include this? But I appreciate the fact, like the pizza palette, the burger palette, they're being very on brand, and I appreciate that. And they're not just doing what they can just to get money. You know what I mean? I feel like their packaging is very excessive, though. I saw the new like paint palette. Like I love the idea of that. It reminds me of like Pappy Drew It, but it's like I do not want to store that. So it might not be like my cup of tea, but I like that they're just doing their own thing, and I appreciate that. Let's see. A few trustworthy smaller influencers I don't watch recommend it. Not worth $125. Are you talking about, Pat McGrath? I have heard very mixed reviews on the Pat McGrath. I'm definitely not doing my makeup anymore. Dean Winters, the actor who plays Mayhem on the insurance. No, I don't think that was it. Robbie Christie loves that eyebrow pencil. I hear her talk about it all the time. Glamlite I already read that one. That's good to hear. I used to love, that was my fucking jam. Pappy Drew It, and then like the big comfy couch. The big comfy couch was my shit when I was younger. Big comfy couch and supermarket sweep. Oh my God, I lived for supermarket sweep. Next one, Lunar Beauty. I'm so fucking impressed with Lunar Beauty. I'm impressed with Lunar Beauty as a brand because not only did they have like that whole PayPal fiasco that everybody was like making fun of, it's one of those things like you could see a brand totally overlooking and just not being familiar with the process and something happened like that. You know, they tried reaching out to their consumers to try to get their money. We all know that they didn't get their money back, but that's where I'm just like, I respect that they did that. I'm taking this off because I'm done. I'm like, I'm like so bad at these get ready with me's. I'm sorry if that bothers you guys that I just sit on here and talk, but it is what it is. You guys saw a little bit of the Lunar Beauty. But another thing I really like about Lunar Beauty is obviously Manny Emiway is the owner of the brand. And we all know he went through some shit last year and he had the balls enough to get on camera recently to bring it all back up again, because with something like that, it's so easy to just pretend that it didn't happen. But the fact that he like still shared his experience, and there's a lot of people like back and forth about it. And I'm only talking about him because he is a massive influencer that happens to own a makeup brand. But I feel like he remained problematic, or he remained not problematic after all that shit all happened. He had the PayPal thing happen. It's like you can only imagine how he was feeling as a brand owner. Like you couldn't help but feel like your brand is over. But the fact that he came back, and especially with like how impressed, like this palette, I fucking love it. The Moon Prism powders, I fucking love those. They're still doing their thing, and you know they took a hit on those things. And they didn't like expose that. And I don't feel like it was fair for everybody to like laugh at the whole PayPal thing and make fun of it. And I don't think I did at the time. I think I kind of felt for him, but I was just like karma. But now looking back at it, it's just childish and stupid. But I feel like as a human, as a creator, as an influencer, and as a brand owner, he personally has grown so much, and I actually like enjoy his content now. But as far as like just looking at Lunar Beauty itself, I feel like they had a real shitty thing happen, not only business-wise, but personal-wise. They kept it moving. They still focused on the products. They're still putting out, I wouldn't say like innovative products, but they're focusing on the quality, and I can appreciate that. I feel like the color story in the Strawberry Dream is very unique for my collection. That's why I decided to purchase, because I'm like, okay, he stayed in his lane. He remained what's like the word I'm looking at? I keep saying problematic, but it's not. He remained like not problematic. He stayed in his own lane, and then it was like, I don't know. I respected that whole situation looking at it now. I'm living for the Lunar palette. I love it so much. At least he didn't come up with ridiculous lies trying to cover his ass when he had issues in the past. Yeah, I just unproblematic. That doesn't sound right. Hint, hint. Jacqueline Hill Cosmetics. I know. I also appreciated the fact that he didn't like come out and say like his full blown thoughts on the whole Jacqueline Cosmetics things, but they asked him about it in an interview, and he was like, I personally wouldn't have done that. So it was like, he didn't trash her as a brand. He didn't trash her as a person. Problem free. Yeah. Can we get a Lunar / Brit collab? Rags to Britches. Oh my God. Why don't you tweet the brand that, if anything? I would love that, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't really think I have a desire to do a collab unless I had like free reign. Like, I would want to be so heavily involved, and I don't think I think for a collab, that's so unrealistic for a brand to want to commit to something like that. Rags to Britches. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, so that was Lunar Beauty. I feel like they need more. Not views. People need to see them more, I think. I think they got such a bad rap for all that shit, and then it kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, I think. Oh my God, Rags to Britches. That's amazing. That's like merch worthy right there. I was totally supposed to use some new makeup from Tower 28 tonight too, but I'll have to do that in a separate video. Whoops, I hope they weren't watching this to hopefully see it. I don't know who I'm kidding. They probably ain't watching this. Recognition. Yes, they need more recognition. Next brand, Dominique Cosmetics. Same sort of situation. They had the quality issue with I think it was their lemonade palette. They gave everybody a new palette, which granted it wasn't like the worst thing, but people were just they were complaining about the quality. And don't get this twisted with the whole Jacqueline Cosmetics thing, because it's not the fucking same. It's not the fucking same. Don't even try it, because the lemonade palette was not contaminated. And it wasn't admittedly contaminated. That's a whole different situation. Don't fucking at me. It's totally different. Can you name one? No, I don't watch basketball. But the latte palette is bomb. Dominique Cosmetics has really nice color stories. I don't know why I don't really get excited about it, but that I respected that brand. This almost should have been like brands you should like respect. That's how I look at brands now. Like, there's brands I respect 100%, and those are the brands that we're talking about. And then there's other brands that I don't. There's no saying that these won't maybe switch, because let's be honest, problematic behavior is very common these days. But I'm just, again, voicing my opinion. So Dominique Cosmetics, I really appreciated how they handled that whole situation. Again, it's not the same as the Jacqueline Cosmetics shit show. Next brand I wanted to mention is Beauty Bakerie. I think they're doing things like, yes, they're like an indie brand. They're doing things. They're not coming out with anything like innovative or anything, but they have their own like niche. They have niche. Is that how you say it? They have like the whole bakery theme. Love that. Packaging's everything. They have good quality products. They're concerned about their consumers. The thing that I love the most about them, though, and I feel like this might have been just like an opportunity, but hey, they took it and ran with it. Oh my God, yay, Cashmere. I love her. She's so sweet. I've never like met her, obviously, or talked to her, but I see her on like Instagram and stuff. But I just think Beauty Bakerie just handles things so nicely. Like when the whole Huda Beauty like totally stole their concept, but it was just like kept it moving. They didn't call out the brand like, hey, you stole our idea. No, they were just like, oh, keep it moving. We did it first. It's no big thing. Pretty Vulgar, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. I don't know enough about Pretty Vulgar. I haven't tried Beauty Bakerie yet, but I love what they do, and their packaging is adorable. Like, their packaging is everything. I love that. I love how they stay on brand, but this is what I was getting at. I love that they did their foundation range, how they started with the darkest shade first, and then they worked their way to the lighter. No other brand did that. No other brand still does that. That was just an opportunity that everybody else missed, and they capitalized on that. But hey, it's just a cool thing that they did different, and that's like all we can ask for, I guess you could say. I just thought that was really respectable, and I like the fact that they're just, I don't know, they stay in their own lane. They're not problematic. I like that. They kept it classy. Exactly. They had a massive brand take one of their ideas, and they were just like, oh, whatever. I know it's kind of backpedaling, but what happened with Manny and PayPal? When he first launched his brand, this is where it's funny because Smokey Glow said the same thing. Like, some people might not know about the stuff that happened. So when he first started his brand, he sent out, it was the Life's a Drag palette. Everybody went on, they bought the Life's a Drag, and then a lot of people pay with PayPal, obviously. Well, they didn't have their PayPal set up correctly. So everybody that used PayPal, from what I understand, they all got their palettes for free. And then the company, Lunar Beauty, had to reach out to everybody and say, like, basically ask for their money because they lost all that money. They gave out all that product for free. And we all know that not everybody ended up paying for their product, because at that point, what the fuck do you do? You know what I mean? It was the company's fuck up, but that's where it's just like, I don't know. I respected them so much after that. And then as soon as I saw that he was staying out of the drama, he kept to himself. He was just being problem free. That's when I decided he launched his Moon Prism powders, and I've supported that brand ever since. What's a great fall palette? I don't have it, but I think like the most ideal fall palette is the Gemini palette from MakeupGeek Cosmetics. That's like my favorite color story for fall. Or I just bought the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette because I think that's very fall. If I missed anything with the Lunar Beauty thing, though, let me know, but I don't think I did. Let's see. Honestly, I don't understand why it has been that way forever. As color specialist, hair color starts the darkest at 1 and the lightest at 10 or 11. I know, it's funny, right? Pretty Vulgar, Steve Laurent, Bang. They're the same company. I don't like that. I feel like it's almost shady, kind of like Kylie ColourPop. But you could say that about like Estee Lauder and how they own Becca Cosmetics and all these like Estee Lauder, Too Faced. They own Too Faced. They own so many other brands, and that's where Smokey Glow said in her last video she's gonna make a video about that type of thing, because it's people don't realize, like, you know how many brands L'Oreal owns? It's crazy. Like L'Oreal, which is known as like a drugstore brand, they own like prestige companies. Parenting brands is what she was talking about. Google what brands L'Oreal. Exactly. It's like people don't realize, like, there's very few, if anything, that are actually like individual companies, you know? Next one I want to mention is Haus Laboratories. In a world that we live in today, we're so overconsumed by Facetune, photo editing, especially on social media, okay? They're I feel like one of the first brands that does like untouched photos for their makeup products. I feel like that's something that all brands should be doing, because like I stopped editing or like face tuning my makeup products on my Instagram just because I was like, I feel like it's not being honest about how the makeup actually looks. Like, it's easy to make makeup look good with an editing app, you know? And I feel like Haus Laboratories was like the first brand to be like, untouched pictures. Damon Lewis from Billionaires. Yes, that's who it was. I love how he's upstairs commenting on this right now. Oh my God. But they are the same exact products, formulas repackaged. There's a difference. But they aren't. Yeah, but you don't know that. Shocked me they didn't edit. And they looked, and those pictures, oh, Damien, they looked beautiful. Like the picture of Lady Gaga, I was like, she looks fucking gorgeous. I appreciate that. I also appreciate when brands don't do like the swatches, like the computer generated swatches. Like how hard is it to just swatch the product if it's really that good? But when is Haus Labs shipping out products? I don't know. I didn't pre-order. That was why I wanted to mention them, because they kind of got a bad rap for doing like the whole Amazon and pre-order thing. And I was one of those people. I said, I don't like that they did that. It kind of makes sense because going into it as a new brand, it's almost like the Kickstarter thing that's very common now, which I don't see anything wrong with that. And that'll actually lead me into that Rephr brushes, or Rephr, I don't know if it's Rephr Cosmetics. They're doing like they're listening to their consumers and creating what the consumers want. I like that they're doing that. The difference with like Haus Labs and like Rephr, it's different. Like Haus Labs already has these products already designed and shit. So it's just, I feel like they're just being safe with the whole, like they don't want to buy too much, which is kind of smart because then they aren't going to have all this extra product just chilling and getting wasted. So it's not like it's a bad thing, but I feel like that was one thing that a lot of brands don't do, like untouched photos. In a world of makeup where you want to see how it actually looks, I feel like that's important. Sorry, I'm late. I hit a skunk on my ride home. Everything's sick. Oh, man. I hate Facetune and why and whatnot, so I don't use it. It's so fake. See, I like Facetune, like especially for like my eyes or like my teeth whitening. I like it for stuff like that. And I used to Facetune the shit out of my photos. But when it was getting to the point where we'll call out James Charles again, where you're literally photoshopping one eye on the other eye, that's so problematic and so irritating. It's ridiculous because I don't know. I actually have one of the Rephr brushes and I really like it. Skunks up. Oh my God. Lover, you need to go to bed. You're a hot ass mess. It's not a bad thing, but I wasn't paying for something. I was waiting 3 months to get it. Yeah, that was one thing I didn't like is how far between. But at the same time, it makes sense because it's got to come from a manufacturer and all that sort of shit. All that sort of shit. It would be fucking lit if you have your husband do your makeup for a video. Just saying. He's like so uncomfortable in front of the camera though. And when he's drunk like that, it's just, no, that's not happening. So until he gets more comfortable, I would think the makeup they're trying to sell could speak for themselves. Exactly. The whole purpose of what makeup is. Exactly. I thought that too, but ordered some anyway. I'll probably order some when it actually is like going to be launching. I think the 17th it launches. Let's see. Dude, Friday the 13th, full moon, all I'm saying. As far as Facetune goes, I don't believe in making yourself look like someone else. Completely agree. He didn't see uncomfortable. It's because he's hammered. It shows his, I know. Oh my God. Only my husband. Have him do it now? No, not on this video. Not at all. What do you think about the palette pricing? I mean, it feels like it needs to be arranged within the palettes like Huda, Mini. Which palettes? Or just in general? Booba! We were just talking about you earlier. You missed Shannon. We were asking, I was like, who did Cassie say that Shannon looked like the doppelganger? And then he went upstairs and looked it up. I'm waiting for reviews on Haus Labs. Not going to bed till you do. My hubby does my makeup tipsy. I would be up for that, but he's past tipsy now. He's like white girl wasted right now. When the makeup channel turns into a porn channel. Only my channel. Oh, he messaged you. That's everything. It's okay. Shannon sounds like my husband. We're so inappropriate, like, which you could probably tell by just the way that I talk in general, but it's ridiculous. All right, next one. Alamar Cosmetics. I feel like they're very consistent. I don't feel like people talk about them much because they're kind of known now as like a BoxyCharm brand. Like I initially found them from BoxyCharm and I got their very first palette. Bomb ass eyeshadow palette. And then like a couple months later, we got the first palette and then the first set of brushes. And then we got, I think, the second palette. Or no, I bought the second palette, but we got the second set of brushes. And then we recently got the blush palette. So I feel like they're kind of like shooting themselves in the foot just being like this BoxyCharm brand. But they're so good though. Like they're so fucking good. My only complaint, I think I said this on Twitter, I don't agree with brands still supporting Jaclyn Hill after what happened. I don't understand it. I understand people fuck up, but when you fuck up that bad and just that whole situation in general, because they were one of the brands I called out on Twitter. I was like, how do you make that seem okay? It's totally not. But every single product that I've gotten from them is bomb. Their lip glosses, they were limited edition. I forget what the name of them is, but I got the more gold tone one. They smell like pineapples. Oh my God, it's so good. I know. Cheers, girlfriend. I'm drinking this hella slow. No, but seriously, everything that Alamar Cosmetics has come out with, it's bomb. It's so good. I feel like they're a brand that needs more love. What do you guys think? Next one. This is a new brand for me. You guys heard me talking non-fucking stop about it on my Instagram. I haven't done a video on here on these, I don't think. These fucking Sydney Grace multi-chromes. The Sydney Grace brand. Don't sleep on that brand. It's a smaller indie brand. Amazing quality products. Amazing price points. Excellent customer service. And they're a brand that is like standing by these smaller influencers. What more can you ask for from a makeup brand? Someone not afraid of being honest. For real. Sydney Grace, so good. It's so fucking good. Love Alamar. I've got my BoxyCharm. They're so good. He's cracking me up. Oh my God, he's ridiculous. You missed him. He tried to pull his ass out on camera. I followed them, but I haven't tried yet. Everybody needs to try Sydney Grace. I have a non-affiliate discount code. I think it's BRITCHES or BRITCHES15. It's in the description box. Those multi-chromes, fire. Oh my God, they're so good. I've talked so much about them. I feel like I haven't shut the hell up about those damn things. If you like Sydney Grace, you'd probably like Luxie Beauty. I've never heard of them before. I'm going to get through the rest of these, and then we're going to get into the ones that you guys recommend. Last one, Gerard Cosmetics. You guys have seen Jen Gerard on this live chat this whole fucking time. That's a brand owner standing by micro influencers, smaller creators, collabing with people that deserve to be in those positions. They were doing that shit before it was a popular thing. It's just consistent, amazing products. I've gotten their lipsticks, lip glosses, now lip liners. I finally found my fucking lip liner the other day. Jen, we need eyeshadow palette, contour palette. We need more shit from you, though. More shit. And then I said in my video the other day, I go, Jen, my only complaint, lip glosses. I need it, because I have to keep dunking. She's like, got it. Taking notes. This is like they're listening to what people are asking. How fucking hard is that? How hard is it as a company to have somebody designated to do that? How hard is it? How many other brands and brand owners do you see supporting YouTube channels, not just like throwing out product because they just want to get noticed? Like Jen's on here interacting with all of us, not just me. She's interacting with all of you guys. That's what brand owners, or at least a brand representative, should be doing. I think that's just one thing that makes Gerard Cosmetics stand out from everybody else. Jen, can you message me? I run a couple of makeup groups and we always look for brand support. That's awesome. So cool. Sydney Grace have a palette. I think they have quite a few palettes, or like I think they're almost like Makeup Geek, where you could buy like the bundles of the individual pans and like create your own. Gerard Cosmetics, great customer service. I'm working on getting a discount code with them just because I believe in their brands. I believe in that. I think what they do is just so good. We have an eye concealer base that will knock your socks off. I need to get that. Brenda's going to give her hubby shit for trying to show his... Oh, yeah, he's getting his ass kicked after this. I'm just kidding. What's her website? Whose website? Never purchased from Gerard Cosmetics. Need to check them out. I've always loved about them. This was like the most innovative thing I've ever seen with a fucking lip gloss. I just bought another one. I have a whole damn collection. They're old as fuck. I got them. They're in a box somewhere in here because I just took down my shelves over here. First of all, their lip glosses have a mirror on them. So when you're out, you can look at yourself in the mirror. This is the best. It has a fucking light on their lip glosses. That's innovative. That's like the shit that they were doing before anybody else was. And no one fucking talks about it anymore. Britt, are you on Gerard Cosmetics PR list? No, I'm not. They sent me the Rich Luxe collab, but I've never gotten like a full-blown like PR package. So I guess you could say, yeah, I'm on the PR list because they have sent me stuff before. Shipping is super quick. Yeah, definitely. I've been thinking about getting a lipstick from them because of Angelica, but I haven't gotten to it yet. They have like a bunch of their lip products right now. I think they're like 5 for $25. They're doing it like they just had lip liners. They had, I think their metal mattes are on sale right now. How did Jen find you? Love that she is always on your lives and listens to what we all want. Never happens. Very impressive and shows how much she loves her brand and respects the consumer. I think Jen found me from my whole like Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics running my mouth. I think that's how she found me. What setting spray should I buy from Gerard Cosmetics? I fucking love the mint chocolate chip one. I love it so much because I love just mint and it makes my eyes feel good. It does give you a dewy finish though. A light, what? That's amazing. It's seriously so good. That was like the most, even to this day, I've never seen another lip gloss with a mirror and a fucking light on it. So if you're out at the club, you got a light. Boom. So good. Here, let's just put some on while we're at it. But this is what I said. I'm like, Jen, this is the only thing. I hate this. And she was like, yep, got it. Noted. That's what a brand owner should be doing. Or at least a brand representative should be doing. Let's see. GA, she came up with my recommendations and I was obsessed with her authenticity. Thanks, girl. They did. Super cute. I'm on a no-buy, but currently, but later, maybe. Hi, Susan. I bought that. I was with Rich Luxe. Yes! Rich Luxe is my good friend. Just a kind soul. He's so funny. Did I hear dewy? I need. At least it gives me a dewy finish. Sort of like the collab with the hair thing and It Cosmetics mascara, the roller bar thing. It's different. I like these unique collabs. Super cute. And like that's a collab. It's different. And it makes sense because you think it's like a curler brush. It's going to curl your lashes. Like it makes sense. We'll go back to Morphe. The shit that doesn't make sense. Why are you collabing with Jeffree Star? This is why I got blocked by Jeffree because I was running my mouth about this. But it's like, it doesn't fucking make sense. And I even called out, I'm like saying this like he probably saw it. I said something about Jeffree because Jeffree was the one, he just called out NYX Cosmetics, which this is something I don't agree with. NYX Cosmetics, I probably should have added this. I should have added them to the brands that need to sit in the corner and say, don't do that again. They made a Twitter post and they posted Lime Crime's lipsticks and kind of portrayed them as theirs. And they were like asking people, oh, what were your favorite lipsticks or lip products that have ever been from NYX Cosmetics? But they used a Lime Crime, like a Lime Crime picture. And Jeffree called them out on it. And they're like, stop. And he said, stop treating your customers like they're idiots. What do you think that this brand Morphe does to all of their consumers? What do you think this collab with Morphe did to their consumers? You're treating us like we're fucking idiots. Like, I don't agree with it. And then I saw a picture of the brush set side by side. They're damn near fucking identical brushes that they just relaunched. At least the picture that I saw. I was just like, so you're saying by using a picture, that's saying that they're treating like their consumers like they're idiots, which they took the tweet down, and that's where he was just like, oh, they took it down because I said something, which that's very valid. They probably did. They were probably like, oh shit. And it was probably one of those moments, but they were like, oh, yep, case of the Mondays, like just brushed it off. But then he's like, let's appreciate brands that don't treat their consumers like they're idiots, where it's, I don't know, to me, this collab with Morphe, like if you're a brand owner of your own fucking brand and you sit there and say that you couldn't do a palette like this for that price point, that's a flat out lie, because yes, you can, because your palettes were just on sale for the same fucking price the week before. And that's why I got blocked by Jeffree Star. And that's where, like, the fact that I got blocked for that told me a little bit of something about Jeffree, which people were probably saying it wasn't probably him, but it's still that it makes him look bad, because the fact that I'm just making a comment like that, that's very valid. Like, that's a valid comment, and I get blocked for it. It's like, I don't know. Like, that makes me not want to support the brand. But that might be just me looking petty. But I don't want people, like, don't talk shit about Jeffree. I'm not talking shit about him. I'm just saying that just wasn't a good look, at least to me. I think that's another version of a problematic behavior. Like, don't call out another brand and then almost like make them look worse when you're doing something that to me is just as bad. I think the whole collab with Morphe just made no sense. It was just a money grab. You can't tell me that you're spending all this time creating such amazing content with Shane Dawson and focusing on your brand and releasing all these products, and then in the meantime, you're also launching another product with Morphe. You aren't doing all of that. And then uploading on your channel. You're not doing that. Like, it was probably, this is just my assumption, it wasn't designed by him. It was just something to throw his name on, and that's just me just being thinking out loud, I guess you could say. I don't understand blocking on Twitter, but Jeffree and I understand that. I do understand that, but that's where me as a consumer, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to make a valid complaint and make a valid argument, and just to get shut out like that, that just says you don't give a fuck about what your consumers think. You don't give a fuck about the people that support your brand. And I don't think that's right. Sad but true observation. He's starting to do too many releases like other brands. Bad at trend. I don't think he does too many. I don't think, because his brand is very consistent. Like, that's why I was so like butthurt about it, because I'm like, I fucking love Jeffree Star Cosmetics. As controversial as he is, as controversial as that brand is, I think his brand has amazing quality. I think he does focus on that. I just don't think he should have collabed with Morphe. It just does not make sense. But that's where Morphe should not have they shouldn't have collabed with him. It's like, it makes it more apparent, like the intentions. It's just a money grab. And then the fact that, we're doing I think the discount code was just a slap in the face for James Charles, because he's not friends with him anymore. And this is just me being way too attached. I'm well fucking aware. But I don't think the intentions were pure there. As far as the whole donating to charity, I think they should have just marked down the price, or just made a portion of the proceeds go. Like, you shouldn't have to type it. Like, it was just like a dick move, I think. Like, if you really just wanted to go to charity, you wouldn't make people do that additional step to put in the code JSTAR. You should have just said, you know what? I'm just going to set the price at this. If this is the price you guys want to sell it at, just give a portion of the proceeds, like 10%. Just put it right to the thing. It's almost like that validation from just like knowing that the people came from your I don't know. It's like a validation thing, I think. I don't understand that either, Britt. Constructive criticism isn't hate. And I don't think I was being like a super asshole about it. Maybe I was. I don't know. But it's more problematic behavior. It's ridiculous. I think he had a contract with Morphe a couple years ago before his brand blew up. He has to honor that. True. But if your consumers matter more than that, he has more than enough money to buy out that fucking contract. If I got money, like Jeffree Star's got money, and it's not like he hides the fact that he has money. Like, come on, he's doing closet tours and all this shit. If you got money like that, I would sacrifice that. I wouldn't sacrifice that. I would be like, you know what? This makes no sense. I'm going to buy out this contract because that's real life shit. That's what would happen. That's at least how I would handle it, because ultimately my consumers would be more into that. Because now look at, like, he has salty people like me that are like, okay, I love this brand, but now this makes me not want to support him because I feel like he doesn't care about his consumers. I think that was just a money grab for both him and Morphe. People wanted him to talk about the James Charles palette and Wet n Wild. He won't. He is too invested in them. I don't. It's all for drama. It's all for clout. I think a part of it is building it up for that Shane docu. How the fuck do we even get talking about this? I think a part of it has to do with the Shane docuseries. I think they're just building up so much hype for that series, and that's why he's not saying anything, just to get more views on it. I actually suggested to him to do that. It may have already been in the works. What were you talking about, Jen? Morphe and Jeffree Star were talking about the collab several years ago. Yeah, they were. But you have several years to get out. Like, every contract can get out. You can get out of anything. Especially if you have probably lawyers like he does. If you have, like, money can do anything. It's a matter of how important it is to you. But it comes down to two. I was talking in one of my recent ones. I was like, I feel like influencers have lost that, like, out of touch reality, and like they just kind of look at it like, oh, it's no big deal. But to us, it is, because we're so invested in these people. At least the charities are getting supported. True. I do like the fact that they're doing it. I just wasn't sure. I was like side-eyeing the whole intentions behind it. But maybe that's just me being like an optimist. Is that the right word? Donating his code to charity. That's where I did like it, but it's like he always prided himself on not having a discount code. And then it's like all of a sudden he did shortly after the whole, like, I don't know. Hello. It would cost him millions. No one likes to waste money. What do you think is more wasteful, though? Do you think it's more wasteful coughing up that money and having your supporters realize, like, oh, we really mean that much? Or do you think it's going to cost him more because now you have people like me that are like, I don't know if I want. It comes down to like millions at that point. It's like money over integrity. Yeah, it's integrity. And to me, integrity matters. And that's where I was like, I was just questioning the integrity behind it. We always talk shit about codes. Exactly. He was talking mad shit about codes. And then I think he had one with Jouer. I don't even like talking bad about Jeffree Star because I feel like he is very misunderstood. And I feel like, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It's the brand that he was affiliated with. And I think that's why it rubbed me such the wrong way. I think if it was any other brand, I wouldn't feel the way that I feel. And that's why I'm side-eyeing the intentions behind it, just because of he donated the Jouer money to charity as well. Yeah, I remember that. But that's where it was like, it was with them from like the jump. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but my take on it is his palettes are expensive and not everyone can afford it. His palettes are around $80 in Canada. But he can do it, though. And I only say he can do it because his palettes were just on sale for less money than that Morphe palette was the week before. That's where I was like, don't say you can't do it. You as a brand just choose not to. And that's fine. That's fine. But that's where you do that because you're proud of the quality, like you're confident in the quality of it. Like I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's a hard situation, I guess. Is it even about the money though? It seems like he's set for life. So I don't. Yeah, that's where I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. I read that already. I think him doing it with Morphe allowed people who can't afford his brand to experience a bit of his art. But that's where it's like, but was it though? But how involved was he? We don't know. Maybe the Shane Dawson collab will show that. Maybe I'm completely wrong. This is just my conspiracies. Yeah, weird. Seems like he's very generous. I'm all about that. I am too. I'm totally with that. But don't talk shit about all the other people that have codes. Don't like pride yourself on not having codes with anybody and then turn around and do it. I don't think it should have ever just been a conversation. It's almost like he was talking down about people that did it, but then he turns around and does it. I totally see what you're saying. It's difficult. I would love to just sit down and talk to him one day, just because I want to just be like, man, I'm so just frustrated over this. Maybe not. I don't know how much influence they actually have when creating palettes. If anyone had a say, it would have been him. He has the experience. We didn't see him in China, though. They get their palettes from China. That's where it's, I don't know. Jen, I love seeing you tag him for people on Twitter. I get what you're saying, Brett. Tough to figure out motivations when you don't. Yeah, exactly. You'd love him. He's even realer than you. I don't know about all that. I'm pretty fucking upfront and honest. I don't know. I think that's why I'm so like, I'm just like butthurt because I've always had such a like. This has totally turned into something different, but this is the beauty of live streams, I guess. I don't know. Like I've always just adored his authenticity, and then wow, I just really like enunciated that. And I just always felt like he was so misunderstood. And then I don't know. I didn't know how to. It all comes down to we don't know these people. I'll probably never know Jeffree Star, and that's fine. But it's almost like when the whole Jacqueline Cosmetics thing happened. Like, I was so attached. The fact that I'm still not blocked by her is astounding. Or Jacqueline Cosmetics or James Charles. But I digress. I don't know. I was terrified of him when I met him, but he's really made an effort to get to know me. He actually cares about what you have to say. I would love to meet him. I would love to pick his brain. I would love to talk to him one day. I feel badly for people who have incurred his. I don't. I don't ever feel like he was like that, and like I don't feel like he was ever like that without being provoked. Why don't you DM him on another platform? Because I can't. I don't got it like that. He probably won't even read my shit. Maybe he'll see the live stream and be like, "Wow, I really hurt this bitch's feeling." Because I guess he has. I think when you're in a spotlight like he is, you don't see blocking as like a big deal. But I'm telling you, I've followed Jeffree Star since MySpace days. Like MySpace, I saw him on Miami Ink when he was with Kat Von D. Like I go that far back, and I always have just like admired his no fucks, like don't give a fuck about what people think. I've always admired that, and then he's always like, so just have an opinion, and that's okay. And then when you have an opinion about him, and it wasn't like a hateful way, it was just like a kind of like calling you out for your bullshit, just like he does with other people. I think he has grown a ton in these last couple of years. I completely agree. Oh, I don't mean other influencers, just fans. I even think with fans, I think when you grow up very misunderstood like that, it's probably, I don't know. Then again, I don't know him. I don't know everything that he's been through. I don't know every controversy he's been into. If he blocked me over something I didn't mean to be hurtful, it would break my heart. Yeah, it just bothers me. This turned into like a too deep. This turned into something totally different. I'll support Jeffree instead of yeah. I still feel like they're both problematic, but I don't know. Does this conversation even go on anywhere anymore? Oh my God. We went through the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Holy Toledo. But that's also why I love these live chats, because it's just, I don't know. I love Deeps. Who wants to be True story. I don't know. I think you guys get a little bit of more of an understanding to just my kind of perspective on why I'm so attached to this community and why I keep talking about it. Because people keep telling me, like, shut the fuck up. I'm all for your tangents too. It's just, I feel like it's important. And I thought about recording this because I could have easily like knocked out 13 brands and that I do and don't think need like attention. But it's just, I feel like it means more when it's coming from like, it's not that it doesn't come out of my mouth when I film it, but it's so easy to edit it and make it sound a certain way. Or even if you say something one way, you can make it sound another way. It's more, yeah, like I love the whole, that's why I keep doing lives, because it's completely unfiltered. There's no way for me to go in and edit this. Isn't being blocked by Jeffree Star sort of like a status thing now? Maybe. Not for me, it's not. I don't like, I hate not being able to see his shit now. I would get such entertainment out of it. I love a good change to do. No, keep being you, and it is important. I agree. I think this stuff is important, and I feel, I don't know, I consistently see like a build up and build up and build up of more and more people talking about it, and I just want to keep that momentum going, and it's just like, I hope one day my point gets across, and I never want to come off as like the beauty community asshole that doesn't shut the fuck up, but if I make a difference that way, I don't care. I bet he's got a team that does a lot of it. I would think so too, but I also foresee him being a person that's like, no, I want total control of mine. But that, I think Jen was the one that said it. It was probably like his manager or something. Which that sucks, because what does that say about your team then? Never an asshole, just a britch. It's good to have conversation. True. You can use my Twitter. I would love to, I don't know. I would love to have a conversation and be like, this is how I feel about it. I don't know. But I don't think I'll ever get that time of day. Talking about makeup itself is fun, but making the community a more inclusive, welcoming place is important. I completely agree, because I think that's how it was meant to be initially. And then it was completely lost. If I can remember the password. It was probably him, but I'm sure it wasn't personal. Probably not. I'm sure he didn't even read it. But that's where I want these influencers to know that something as simple as a block, like for the hate that you get and how you feel about when you get hate, that's how we feel when our favorite influencers disregard us. Like we feel just unappreciated. And you wouldn't be anything without people like me. And it's just that sense of reality. Like, I know I wouldn't have 56 people on here, 57. It's, to some people, that's not a lot. But to me, that's a lot of people. Just that small of a number is a lot of fucking people to just have an impact on. Even if you just influence one person in a small way, it makes a big impact. And that's why I hate that there's so much focus on numbers and all that shit these days, because in reality, even if you have one follower, that's still one person. And I hate that we live in a world of social media that numbers are the only thing that matters and not the engagement that you have. I think getting thousands of comments that are negative is not easy to deal with. Even something that doesn't seem mean. I agree. I think, well, I at least know this on YouTube. Like, there's ways to like block that type of shit though. Like, I could easily block comments on here. I don't know if you could do that on Twitter or whatever. That's why I'm thankful for influencers like you, Brett. I appreciate they are open to discuss and willing to tell it like it is. There's also a feeling of inclusivity that's hard to find on your channel. That is. That's, I guess why, because some people I think get annoyed with these live videos because they're so long and so drawn out. But that's honestly one thing I really like about these, is because what other makeup channels do that? Like, I know I haven't been doing it for a long time, but I feel like I've made more impact doing these and made more connections than just having people leave comments that hopefully I read. Because that's one thing that's always bothered me. And that's why I've quickly grown so attached to these, because I've always wanted that connection. Just because it's like having a friend in real life. Life is rough, man. It's so nice to just live stream like with like-minded people. I know. I like lives because they're so interactive. I completely agree. I wish that I don't even think that these were a thing when it first started. I never even knew it was a thing. Like lives could go on YouTube shit for a long time. The only thing I don't like about lives is like the watch back, because people probably don't like listening back to them, and not all times work for everybody, you know? Nobody does these live videos. I see more commentary channels. I've quickly started following people that do, like Michelle Wong, she does them. I'm trying to get Kara C to start doing them because she's very much like me and I fucking love her. I think Jen's done them, Jen Gerard. Who else? There's somebody else that does them often that I watch. Oh, Jen Loves Reviews. She does them every Sunday. I think lives are better so we can actually talk about it. I agree. I think if anything too, it's easier to understand people better. Because if you were to comment something on a video, and maybe I'll see it, maybe I won't. But if I just read a comment, I might take it a certain way. And I might clap back a certain way because I'm like, oh, they're trying to come for me. But in reality, if it's not really like that, it's almost like how it can be easily misunderstood. But whereas I'm actually live, and if you say something and I like clap back about it, and you're like, no, that's not what I meant. It's like an instant thing. It's like, oh, okay, it's done. But I feel like I don't know. I think it's more effective. It's more of a community aspect, which I love. We say this often, but seriously, it's like having friends. Yeah, and since I don't really, this is nice. For real. I'm the same way. Your lives like legit get me through the week. I love that. So you guys embarrassing me as I feel the same way. For real. Yep, Samantha Marsh, she started doing them recently too. Let's see. I always figure I am just in the way with people in the real world. Oh. It's all of us hanging out together. For real. I love it. I think lives are so fun. That's where I'm sorry if there's people watching these and watching it after the fact that you're just like, okay, this is way too much. This is so stupid. This is why this is what I was looking for when I first started. I'll be your friend. Look, we're all making friends. I'm still like dying over that rags to britches comment earlier. That was so fucking funny. We have a Clark con, but have not a disaster. Oh, I know. What the fuck? You guys can just all come to my bar when it opens. Feel like lives are only successful with at least one moderator because a bitch has shit to do. But I don't like all the lives all the time. It's a bit much. I know that a lot of people feel that way. Oh my god, hey girl, hey. I know that a lot of people don't like them, and that's okay. I know I'm not going to be able to please everybody. But it's like when you're in the mood for a live, maybe you'll watch it. If you're not, maybe you'll miss the conversation. I think that's why we talk about a lot. Like, I feel like conversations repeat a lot, but it's because people are like different people are always in it. And it kind of like redirects into different conversations, as weird as that is. I feel like it's not. Yeah, like we're at 2 hours. Holy shit. Did I miss the brands on the bad list? Yeah, we did those first, so you have to watch it back. I was watching your other video, then you uploaded it now. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a train wreck. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. This makes me feel closer to you, not in a creepy way. I look at it like, I don't know, like even in the short time I've been following like Michelle, Jen Loves Reviews, I've been following Samantha March for a while, but I've noticed myself like since they give you that like taste of a real person, not just like a film person, because it's hard to like in a live stream setting, it'd be really hard to act a certain way for this amount of time. And I feel like it would easily become apparent if a person's being not genuine or not, because you don't know when you watch a video, you don't know realistically like how long we're sitting down and filming it, all the words that we actually cut out. Like a lot of people don't understand the process, but in a live stream setting, you're like, you hear me stutter. You hear me be like, oh wait, I feel this way, but no, maybe like you see just like the realness behind it. And that's, I think, what I really love. I wish there was ways to do it faster. I wish I could get my points across and not have squirrel moments all the time, but that's just me. And there's nothing I could change about that. Now you guys just see what I edit out of videos when I record them. Everyone's in here. Awesome. Thanks for a great night. I got to jump off. Good night. Good night. I know we're going to get off now too, I think. Oh my God. You're on here again. Goodbye. Oh, I see you guys on that. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. I remember that one was on here a while ago. Love you. Love you too. Boo boo. I was just talking that Cassandra Kent. I call her name's Cassie. I don't call her Cassandra. She's one of the first people that I ever met on social media through makeup. And I said to her, I just talked to her on the phone today. I was like, I really want to have you on my channel and like share our story, because it was so weird how like the whole situation was. But that's like when I met her, that's where I really like valued the community even more, because I gained a friend in real life. Like, not that you guys aren't real life, but you guys know what I mean. It's like, I don't know. It was so weird how it happened. And we're still friends to this day. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Oh, Macy, Jen, hey Jen. Oh my God, I freaking love Jen. You guys are so fun. All right, I think that's it for tonight. We had a way longer talk than I was expecting to. I'm sorry about earlier with that whole like false live stream at first. If you guys want to share this with brands, people, whatever, I appreciate it when you guys do. If you thumbs it up, it lets me know that you guys like it. If you thumbs it down, it makes me know that you guys don't like it. Interact with the people that you love on social media. That's the stuff that's going to help this community. I would love to see that. Oh, thank you. I have to work tomorrow. Everyone have a good night and a wonderful weekend. Oh, thank you. I didn't know you're still on here. I want to do a live together. I don't know how to do it like how Jen does it. Jen loves reviews. She does it like she like interviews people on it. I don't know how to do all that yet. I can barely figure out how to do this shit right. It's a hot mess. I'm glad it makes. I know you caught like the deep part of it. Want me to research it? We can try. I've been researching the shit out of this stuff, and I'm like, it's like it's the net. It's YouTube. I'm convinced. Even Jen was saying earlier that a lot of people were having problems with YouTube lately, especially with this. So it's, I don't know. I did it exactly like I'm supposed to, like exactly how I did it a little bit different than I've been doing, but it's just, I don't know. It's a hot mess. We can do IG live together sometime. I haven't done one of those. I don't know. I think I've done one. Yeah, get back on your upload game, girl. I know you're recovering though, so I hope you're recovering well. That one is easy. I don't think I've ever done that. We'll have to chit chat. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All that shit, you guys know. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I don't have Snapchat. I have a Facebook. What else? Thumbs up the video. I already said that. Sorry, this is really, really long. If you've made it through this, that's amazing. I'm going to, I think, have a video coming soon. I don't know if I'm going to film it or live stream it. I want to do something pretty cool for a Christmas giveaway. I was asking some feedback on Instagram. If you guys want to voice your opinions on that, it's on my IG story. I was multitasking, putting an order together at Gerard Cosmetics. I just added you on IG, Britt. Yay. Woohoo! Gotta film a video tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed now. All right, girlfriend. Well, thanks for coming on. I won't be on tomorrow. I might try to film something this weekend, or if I don't, I'll definitely be live on Monday for another Yes or Yawn, I think. Or, I don't know. Keep an eye on my community page or my other socials, and I'll let you guys know when I'll be on here again. But I'm thinking Monday for a Yes or Yawn again. We try some new stuff from Gerard Cosmetics. Peace and love. Good night, ladies. Okay, I'm out for tonight. Bye, you guys. Thank you for tuning in and getting emotionally too deep. Unblock me, Jeffree Star. Bye.